Hey everyone! So I wanted to do a quick update about my mulching stuff because I did something and I don't really want to recommend it to other people. So I'm going to show you real quick what I'm talking about. So I ended up using straw that we had left over from another project in my raised beds for the mulch to keep the moisture in the soil. And it is really important to mulch, but I wanted to show you something because I don't want you to have to deal with it. So I used just a basic straw bale and it had the straw seedlings on it. So this is what happened. See all of this green stuff right here, which I picked a lot of it, but it's still growing everywhere. Right here you can see it a little bit better. See all of this stuff? That's all from the straw. So what I wanted to recommend is get a straw that is seedless or get a straw bale that is called garden straw and it won't have the seeds in it. I mean, this is fine. It's cheap to get and you can pick out, you know, the seedlings, but it's just something that you have to deal with on top of just taking care of your garden. So I just wanted to let you guys know, when you are going for a mulch, make sure you check if you don't want to deal with having to pick out the seeds or the shoots from the seeds on the straw, then get a seedless straw or a garden straw, which is like a really fine shredded straw and it doesn't have the seeds in it. Or what I did a lot of research on recently, and I'm almost to the point where I'm just going to add wood chips on top of the straw, but I'm going to use wood chips from now on. So the research that I did, you can use fresh wood chips if you put a high nitrogen something underneath the wood chips. So for me, I added compost underneath the straw. I would have just done the same thing and then added the wood chips on top. Basically what you want to make sure you do is adding nitrogen that the wood chips can pull from, that's not going to pull the nitrogen out of the soil that your plants need. So basically, or like a blood meal works too, just something that has a lot of nitrogen that the wood chips can pull from and it's not gonna deplete the soil that your plants are pulling from. So here, I actually did this yesterday. I added a lot of compost on top and then I planted some more seeds. So here I redid my watermelon because I think one of my dogs ran through the whole garden and that got wrecked. And then here, like I was saying in a previous video, my corn got plucked out by crows. So I replanted those rows where the gaps are. And then the back row, I actually did Indian corn. It's like glass gem, I think is the variety that's called. And it's for decorating purposes only. You can use it for flour or cornmeal or something like that, which would be really kind of cool because the kernels are all really beautifully colored. So I did that in there and then I replanted this variety as well. And then over here I added some more muskmelon or cantaloupe, as some people know them. These actually came up right here. So there's 3 there. I'm gonna let them grow a little bit more so I can see which one's kind of the strongest. I did another mound right there and another mound right there. So my goal for this is for it to grow that way. But what I did is I added compost underneath these wood chips. Then I just did a really light layer, but you can tell the sun was shining all day yesterday. And you can tell how much moisture is still in these wood chips. These dark yellow colors, that's all still really damp. So this would be more of a dried color. So that's really impressive. And then these wood chips are just gonna break down with the heat of the sun and the nitrogen from the compost that I put on top. And they're gonna break down and just provide more nutrition for the soil. So then come next spring, or when I rip everything out this fall, I will add more compost on top of this and keep doing that same thing. And these are just going to keep going down into the soil and breaking down as they go further down into the soil. So for us, it's really nice because we have an abundance of wood chips because we have a tree service company. There's a lot of, there's actually an app called Chip Drop. You can use that to find local tree service people that are close to you, or you can just Google search tree service companies near me and just see if they would, you know, be willing to drop off a load of wood chips. And if you do have a lot of time to like prepare your garden space, or you haven't prepared your garden space yet, you can get a bunch of wood chips and spread them out. And then I would recommend getting wood chips that have a lot of leaves and green in them, because they break down a lot quicker, because the green from the leaves and from the brush and everything else is nitrogen that will help the wood chips break down quicker. So just an update on mulching. I was kind of annoyed, but I kind of knew that it could happen because I didn't get a seedless straw. Wood chips are definitely going to be my option to go to the next time I put mulch on anything, which I do have 2 beds over in my other raised bed area that I need to put wood chips on for the mulch. So yeah, everything is doing wonderfully. So happy. I'm not sure what this stuff is. It's really gross looking. And when you spray it, it just turns into like a brown powder. So if you know what that is, you can let me know. I'm gonna have to Google search. I don't know what it is, but these tomato plants are looking amazing. These are all Romas. The ones that were a little further away from the cattle panel, I did stake to their own staking system, because I wanted them to make sure to grow up straight. You can see like over there was another one, and there too. These peas are doing amazing. I actually picked some. I'm gonna make a stir fry tonight. Really excited for that. So I just picked them like when they're pretty young yet, which a lot of these are still, you can eat the pod and everything. They're growing. Lots and lots of peas. Watch, this is gonna turn into a garden tour again. Carrots are looking lovely. Can't wait for those. And the beets. I think I can see some of the beet down in there. Doing lovely. Wonderful. My borage is gonna bloom soon. Pretty. I have a problem here. I broke my one nasturtium plant because I wanted my cucamelon to have some sunshine, and this thing just keeps growing all up over the cucamelon. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I almost thought about just planting another seed to try. Make sure it's further out towards the end of this pot, but that nasturtium just has taken over. Right here I have a little volunteer something. Not sure if it's gonna survive, but got some zucchini squash in there. The brassicas are doing pretty good. It hasn't been super hot yet, so this cucumber plant's doing wonderful. Ooh, pretty. Well, now that I kind of updated you on mulching, because I'm going to have to go through and pick out all of those straw seed sprouts, I am going to go plant some sunflower seeds. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to step over here in the little shaded area a little bit. So the varieties that I have are this Mammoth gray stripe. Supposed to get like 10 to 12 inch flowers and grow like 12 feet tall. So I think that's like a super cool looking flower. This one is really pretty. It's called an evening sun sunflower. And then I have a Shock-O-Lat sunflower. Really, really pretty. And then a lemon queen. That one's really pretty too. And then a Zohar, not sure how to pronounce that, but I'm just gonna pick a few and then add some of these seeds to my melon area. I'm trying to think, probably towards the back part of the bed. Then have them grow up in the back part. I think that would be really pretty. So look out here and have a bunch of beautiful sunflowers growing. I'm just gonna plant those, and then I think that's gonna be it for today. After I get done with that, I have to pick a whole bunch of weeds. Okay, I'm gonna go plant a little bit more sunflowers in some other places and pull some weeds, but I hope you all have a blessed day and I'll see you next time. But yeah, just a little tip for mulch. Make sure you check if you don't want extra work. Bye guys.